Today on Designing Spaces, making your golden years golden. Up first, an education on understanding your life insurance settlement options, plus finding the perfect senior housing situation for you or your loved one. Empty nester? Clean out the clutter and store it in a safe place. SmartStop Self Storage can help. And helping families through the funeral planning process. Like many seniors today, the Joels are looking to make their golden years golden, so they're facing a critical decision: to keep or surrender their life insurance policy.
I started buying life insurance as soon as I got married to protect my family.
Honey, what's that you're reading?
This is a plan for a life settlement to sell our insurance policies, get the cash now instead of continuing to pay these high premiums. Jay and Bob handed me these brochures. I wasn't aware of it, but we could sell our insurance policies now.
Magna Life Settlements is a top-ranked life settlement provider. A life settlement is where a consumer and insured has an unneeded or unwanted life insurance policy. Well, what Magna Life Settlements does, and what a life settlement is where they can take their life insurance policy and they can sell it to a third party for cash above and beyond the current cash surrender value.
Donna is on her way over to her parents' house to discuss the possibility of selling their life insurance policy.
I don't know if you've ever heard of life settlements for insurance. That is basically selling our policies now while we're living, selling it to this Magna Life Settlements so that we have additional funds to take us through our life rather than waiting till we die.
We could use the money for going on cruises and travel. And also my husband's very charitable, and we would also give it to charity.
Life insurance is actually property, and it's property that can be sold. 500,000 insureds are lapsing their policies every year. And that's 500,000 insureds that could have come to Magna Life Settlements and received an offer above and beyond what the insurance carrier would have paid them for their policy.
So I wanted to get your opinion, see what you think of it.
Let's get the facts online. We can get an estimate here. So let's put in the value.
Put in, it's a $2 million policy.
Okay, so let's put in $2 million.
And put my year of birth there.
Okay, now we have to just put in your health status. So I think we'll put in a little worse just because you've been dealing with some issues. Okay. So we'll put that in.
People that are over the age of 65 that have a life insurance policy that's over $100,000 and has a few health impairments, they'll have to answer a health status questionnaire as well.
Yeah. And let's see what we got.
Billy, also, you know, God forbid if one of us gets sick and we need help, this will certainly help with having a care.
It's true.
Health care. So that's a good thing to think about.
The money, let's enjoy it. Let's go travel.
Look, you're in your golden years, so you might as well get the money and enjoy your life now. Magna Life Settlements looks really good. I'm super excited for my parents.
Now that they're older, they're more secure financially, their family's taken care of. They no longer have a need for that life insurance policy. And so that's where Magna Life Settlements comes in. And we're able to take that policy and give them more money than a life insurance carrier would pay them for their policy.
I think it went really well. I know that myself and my siblings are well taken care of, and now my parents can do what they want to do.
Okay, honey?
Sounds good to me.
And you can have some more shopping days, you know?
That's always a good idea.
Okay, baby.
Making any type of major lifestyle change can be overwhelming and stressful. A few days ago, Farida called Oasis Senior Advisors and asked for our help locating the right senior living community for her mom. So today, we're here to meet with Farida and her mother, Claudette, and learn more about her needs. Hi, Farida.
Hi, yes.
I'm Beth with Oasis Senior Advisors.
Hi, Beth. Nice to meet you. Come on in.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
I started looking for assisted living communities for my mother because I noticed that as we start to grow as a family, my husband and my 2 kids and I, it started to become very difficult for her to come with us and enjoy different family outings. I feel that she would benefit more of being with like-minded people.
Can you help me with this, please? Oh, I used to be able to lift it. I can't. Oh. Okay, I got it.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and what brings you to this point in your journey.
For a while, I denied that I was having any kind of limitations, but just a few weeks ago, I noticed that I went driving and I missed my exit. I became a little bit disoriented and it was scary. So my daughter and I had this discussion that maybe we should look into Oasis.
Oasis Senior Advisors is a service that comes alongside seniors and their families and helps them find the right place when being at home is no longer the most ideal place for them to be. We're really proud that we can bring this service absolutely free to the senior and their family to help them through this transition time.
What I discovered about Oasis is that their approach to assisted living is seamless and they're personable. They actually come into your home and discuss with you as to what your needs are. They try to figure out what is your best need. And so that had me thinking, you know, this might be a good time to even start looking.
I think one of the communities that came to light would be the community, it's called Symphony. It is a wonderful senior living community here close by, and we could go take a look at that.
I really liked what Beth had to say today, and I'm so excited to go see what the community has to offer.
I think it's going to be a good thing for you.
It's a good deal.
For all of us. Yeah.
We have wonderful proprietary software that's called Oasis IQ. And in the software lies two sets of data. We cross-match those two sets of data, and out comes a customized matching list just for them. It helps take the guesswork out of it, and it helps them feel at ease that we're taking every step we can to meet their needs.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm so happy to see you. Such a pleasure.
I would like to introduce you to Farida and her mother, Claudia.
I'm Janie. How are you? Such a pleasure.
Hi, Janie. Farida. Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Symphony at Boca. I'm so happy you're here finally.
Thank you.
So I'm going to give you a little synopsis. We're going to take a walk and go see the one-bedroom model that you guys wanted to see.
Okay.
So if you follow me, we'll take a little walk. So here's our model. I want you to take a look at this. Come see my beauty.
Aww.
So you have a beautiful kitchenette here. You'll notice there is no stove because you'll be getting all 3 meals down in the dining room.
Wow, the apartment is beautiful.
One of the things that Claudette said was important to her is being out in the outdoor space.
Wonderful, then we're gonna go see the courtyard. You're gonna love it. We have a lot of the residents that tend to the garden out here also. We have a lot of unique clubs here. We have a wonderful book club that you would enjoy.
One of the things that Claudette had mentioned is that she's really interested in developing relationships with her peers. And I hear there's a happy hour going on today.
We have a marvelous happy hour with some live music. So they serve hors d'oeuvres and drinks. So why don't we go in and take a look?
Having the adult children present when we're meeting with the family and touring is really important for the elder. They really rely oftentimes on their adult children to help them make these decisions. They also want to know that their children are going to be comfortable and feel like their parent is safe. And so involving the entire family whenever possible is always the best. So I know that's a lot to think about. And you saw a lot of wonderful things there today. I would invite you just to take a day or two, think about it. Do know that if this is not the right fit for you, we have a lot of other communities that we can go look at. I want it to feel like it's a place you could call home and that you'd be comfortable calling it home.
Thank you. It was really nice meeting you.
It was a pleasure meeting both of you.
This is a beautiful community, and working with Oasis has been amazing, and I look forward to working with them to find the right fit for my mom.
We're in South Florida visiting our friend Shane Klein, a U.S. professional velodrome cyclist who's a top contender for the next Summer Olympics.
I started up racing bikes when I was 13. I had no clue what I was getting into. It's the first time I've ever seen velodrome racing, and I just got hooked. I've been racing ever since.
Shane has been a professional cyclist for 10 years.
Now I'm 29, I'm getting up there in my years, and I know that if I want to ever try and make the Olympics, I need to make a push for it now. I have collected quite the number of bikes over the years racing for different teams and have just run out of places to put them.
He'll soon be a married man and found a great storage for his collection of bikes.
My fiance is not very happy with all the bikes that I've collected over the years. So I ran into SmartStop, checked out the storage facilities. They looked great, they looked clean, they looked safe. I know when I store my bikes here, everything is well taken care of.
Most professional athletes have trainers that help them avoid injuries. Shane practices yoga with his friend Wendy, a professional yoga instructor.
Shane came to my yoga studio, and after class we were talking, and he told me he was competing for the Olympics, and I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Wendy has a rather large house. She has 3,000 square feet. She's talking about clearing out some of her stuff in her garage and making room for a studio at her own place. She's going to be an empty nester and has a lot of stuff to store.
I have an 18-year-old. She'll be moving in 2 months to North Carolina, and oof, that's a big change. My baby, right? The last little bird to fly the nest.
Shane went over to visit Wendy to tell her about SmartStop Self Storage and help her make the yoga studio a reality.
Good to see you. This is it.
So what's going to happen in here?
I want all this to go. I mean, it's just overwhelming. There's no space. It's a big garage. If I get those bikes off the floor and that armoire out of there and the Santa Claus and Mr. Claus and all the Christmas ornaments, I'd have a beautiful space to create a nice yoga studio. Couldn't you just imagine all yoga mats here? People coming through my door, Zen music, a little waterfall going on.
It would be great, and then I wouldn't have to go so far to come see you.
Yeah, this could be it. This could be the space. Been here over 20 years, raised 3 children here. You know, we've accumulated a lot of stuff. And the stuff keeps coming in.
Well, now I think I have a pretty good idea of what you're trying to store here.
Okay. I
already called Mickey over at SmartStop. He's helped me out before. We can hop in the car, go check it out.
Great.
Meet Mickey?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Super, let's go.
SmartStop Self Storage has over 50,000 units across the U.S. and Canada. It's a unique, customer-centric self-storage brand that is dedicated to help people with their storage needs.
Well, based on what you want to store, I highly recommend a climate-controlled unit.
Okay.
And I believe that the medium-sized 10 by 15 unit will be the unit you need.
What about safety as far as fires and hazards and all that?
We have a security system here that has sprinklers. So if there's any fires, the sprinklers will automatically go on and take care of that for you.
Okay.
We also have cameras available. I met Wendy today, and she let me know that she wanted to store some sentimental values. So I recommended her to go into a climate-controlled unit, and I explained to her about how we have security, we have a controlled gate code access. We offer free dollies to help you during your moving process. We also have boxes, tape, other packing supplies available to help you with your move. Okay, so here's the perfect unit for what you need.
Great. Now, what did you say the dimensions were?
This is 10 by 15.
Okay, great. It's kind of exciting. Space to get rid of all my stuff. I'm ready. I'm ready.
The garage will be clear.
Yeah, it would be great. Yoga mats everywhere. I can see it now. Well, we've lived in this house 20 years, and all these trees my husband and I planted ourselves. So we're very emotional, sentimental people, and we want our belongings to be in a place that is indicative of who we are. And I believe the storage unit will do just that for us.
Meet Michelle. Like many children with older parents, she's worried about what she's going to do after they're gone. She knows that talking to her mom about making her funeral arrangements will not be easy, but is a must. Michelle's father, a loving husband, father, and grandfather, passed away suddenly 2 years ago. His wishes were to have a proper cemetery burial with a traditional Hungarian service. However, that wouldn't be possible.
My husband got sick a day after I came from the hospital.
Within 18 days, he went from, talking and joking and watching TV to being on a ventilator. So I just arrived at my mom's. Having had lunch with my friend Kelly, we were discussing a pretty amazing company called Everest. How you doing? You look very pretty today.
Thank you.
You know Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know her mom passed.
Oh,
I know.
how sad.
The whole thing with Dad 2 years ago, we kind of got to talk about that.
I guess we should discuss that. You want to show it to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have some stuff that Kelly gave me that we can review. This is Everest Funeral Concierge.
Everest is a funeral concierge service included with life insurance, either through group policies that you get at work or individual policies such as United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, a Mutual of Omaha company. The way Everest works is if someone wants to plan ahead or if someone passes away, you just make one simple call into our call center. We assign a senior advisor who's a licensed funeral director who will work with you night and day along through the whole process.
The best thing that Kelly was telling me, Everest services are included at no additional charge through the insurance. Everyone, including my age group, qualifies.
We work with life insurance companies that don't require a death certificate and generally to be able to pay proceeds. If the carrier doesn't require one, then you can get your money in as little as 2 days.
No medical exam, 48 hours to pay out.
That sounds pretty good.
I can leave this with you. It's something we need to talk about, think about.
It's important.
I agree. I honestly, up until recently, didn't even know a company like Everest existed. In your moment of sorrow and grief and confusion, you don't want to have to sit there and plan stuff. You're already drained. So yes, a company like Everest is worthwhile.
Everest is very helpful to families because there's generally 3 fears. The fear of taken advantage of, not having enough information, and not having the money.
My father always was trying to save money. Whatever he thought was a better deal, he would go with it. He had no life insurance, he did, but then it got switched and then he never got to sign the papers, so.
When they sent the policy, he was too late.
We had to do what we had to do. Funeral homes don't wait.
Everywhere we called for a funeral was a lot of money.
Funerals are expensive. In the top 100 markets in the United States, there's a 250% difference between the highest and lowest cost provider in each market. So what we do is we go out and compare those prices because as experts we understand them.
That was the first thing they asked when we were at the funeral home.
Oh, yeah.
Who's paying?
For this particular family, Everest can be a big benefit. You know, they've gone through a lot. They had an experience that was very, very difficult.
It was a trauma, really.
It was a big trauma. A lot of people my age were going through taking care of a younger family in addition to taking care of our aging parents, and it's a lot.
A lot of people don't really want to put a detailed plan together. Just having Everest is your plan. And that's okay, because most people don't really want to talk about the details. And if they can avoid that, but still have the money and the help in place, that's a good solution.
I often feel very bad what you went through.
You shouldn't have to feel bad. But now we won't have to have that again, and that's the good thing. In talking about planning funerals, planning is a necessity. As far as your parents go, you know, you're going to have to talk about it. There's no way around it. However you think your parents will, you know, best be open to it, you might want to do that.
For more information on anything you've seen on today's show, or to learn how to be part of the show, go to our website, designingspaces.tv. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces. Making a space you can call home. Living the lifestyle you desire. It's what we're all about. We are Designing Spaces.